You have a special guest joining us right now, man. He is one half of the legendary crew, Kick Genius, you know what I'm saying, YouTube legend. Man, I mean, he's been involved in the space, you know what I'm saying, longer than BLS. Nuts is dropped. You know, but we want to welcome a household name in the basketball space in the YouTube community, man. We appreciate him for joining us. This is our first official guest. We don't count Scotty as a guest. Scotty's not a guest. Okay, this is our first official guest for the ABC crew, ABC in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to welcome Jay Jones to the chat.
Yo,
What's going on, brother?
Man. Firstly, I want to thank you guys for having me, bro. You guys do literally. I'm not just saying this on some real stuff. You guys do such a great job with the commentary and keeping this thing together, man, and making it entertaining for us all. Like, it's so appreciated, bro. If you don't hear it enough, thank y'all for that, man. And thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, Jay.
Appreciate you, Jay.
In the building.
Only helps that y'all can hoop, bro. Like, you gotta have people that can hoop, bro. Come on, man. But I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Well, man,
go ahead, Start.
I was gonna start the first question, man. Man, what's new with Jay Jones, man? You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, give us a quick backstory that lead into what you're doing now.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, you know, when this thing first started for me, myself, and Trey and Dre and all of us, we pretty much started in 2012 with Kick Genius. Things kind of took off from the basketball standpoint, but, you know, sneakers was involved at the time. We started with performance tests and, you know, was just able to kind of maneuver from there. We had a reaction channel called House. A lot of you guys may remember that as well. Now I've transitioned into coaching. I'm a coach out here. Full time, basically, coach a varsity basketball team. And when I'm not doing that, I am reacting still on the content creator side and, you know, just making things work, just bringing it all together, man. Showing my versatility is where I feel like I'm at right now.
Do you still hoop?
Occasionally, bro.
I feel you.
Occasionally. I'm kind of starting to get the feel back. I feel like once you just play basketball for so long, it's inevitable to kind of have a break. It wasn't one of those things that I was just necessarily pushing for, but got old, bro. Knees got bad. You know what I mean? You know, hey. So I started feeling a little too washed. Yeah. But I had to kind of, you know, I've been kind of touching the basketball again a little bit. Just a little 5v5 here and there. Nothing crazy though.
Jay, what's been your favorite era of this YouTube space? You've been a part of every single era. What's your favorite era?
That's a good question. Probably the earlier, like the 20 between, and I say that I'm gonna have to go probably between, ironically, it's this 2016 trend, but I feel like that time between 2016 and like 2020, maybe even 2021, I feel like YouTube was just at a really good spot. I feel like there was a lot of versatility, bro. Like you can make it and do so many different things and go so many ways because it was more, you felt more free. I feel like this, you know, in this day and age, you're a little restricted on what you can do and what you can accomplish or what you're trying to accomplish. They kind of try to keep you in a box. Whereas then we could talk sneakers, we could talk hoops, we could go outside and hoop. You know, the 5v5 games outside at the park was banging. Like it was so many different routes to basketball that you could just really just take advantage of and like to see people hooping. So for me, by default, that would probably be my favorite era. But This is becoming one of my favorite too, though. It's taking some time, but like it's a lot of smoke. Like I said, y'all helping with that. It's a lot of smoke. You getting the real feel of basketball back, which I felt was missing for a long time, and you guys are kind of helping with that. So
yeah. So you think this era is more niche based compared to like the 2016 era?
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Just because it was just so many other personalities. I mean, at least from a basketball standpoint now, you know, outside of that, you know, multiple genres, you can go live and, you know, people popping, they doing pranks and everything, but you know what I mean? But for what we like to do on the basketball side, I feel like it was probably, you know, that was my favorite time. And I was a little more involved too. So.
Yeah.
I think that kind of happened in the 5 space when like real player, like, cause I've seen YouTube basketball back to when you were doing Kick Genius and stuff, but in the park takeover phase, there started to become like some real pros, and then people really did get boxed in into like you're a basketball player.
Yeah.
You know, and like your era was more creative, and like you said, that was more of an influencer era. Like people really used to rock with you guys more on a personal level.
Yeah,
like.
exactly. I think it was just more personality. But to be honest, I do feel like that's starting to shift again now. And it's stuff like this that helps. You know, you guys having this type of channel and showing your personality just outside of basketball, talking football, making it enjoyable. I think we need more of that. I think that's where it's at in space. You know what I mean? So
It's kind of interesting because like you were also a part of pioneering the 1v1 space. You had a big 1v1 against Devontae Friga. Early on. Was that 2021?
Yeah, it was 2020.
2020. So I have to ask you. So let's say if 2020, 2021, if the space how it was today was how it was back then, would you have been more active in the space? Like in terms of the like actual 1v1 scene?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Just because I feel like I was starting to kind of venture in that. Like I was never a 1v1 guy. It kind of took Friga to say, yo, we gonna play and just kind of see what happens from there. But I do think it would be something that I could have, you know, maybe performed well in. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't the best for dribble guy, but I know I could practice and, you know, become a better player that way. So, and the defense was always there. That's what I would want to test the most. And I remember B. Ellis a while back. He made a clip and was like, yo, Jay Jones would be perfect in this space. And I had, you know what I mean? I was excited about that. But my knees was like, bro, if you go out there, you better not go out there right now. Get your ass dropped off. So, you know, but during that time, I felt good, though.
Yeah. Brother, I want to ask you this. We always got Cell's perspective on that 2v2, man. I want to hear yours, dog.
Which one?
The Creator Classic.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, really? Nah, it was a good game. Really, honestly, truly, I wanted Cell to score, and I wanted to be able to I wanted to be the guy to play defense.
Yeah.
Because Cell real crafty with the rock. It was pretty much, we pretty much knew how we wanted to kind of attack the game. You know, he gonna be crafty. I'm gonna get to the mid range, take my shots, but ultimately I'm trying to sit down. I'm trying to clamp up. And it was a good game. The whole event was actually, I forgot about that. The whole event was actually pretty lit. Yeah, man. I think that was one of the first live events too, I think, where it was starting to kind of roll over and creators were starting to really get out there and go live. So that was another opportunity that I'm thankful for because it kind of pioneered a lot for the space as well. So, but in regards to the game, bro, we kind of already knew. I ain't trying to be cocky or nothing, but we kind of knew, like, you know what I mean? Like we played together before and, you know, had like a lot of chemistry on the court from the Nike Adapt when we hooped back in the day on the same squad. Played in a lot of NBA like creator games. We were on the same squad, so more familiar with each other than a lot of people realize. We just had to do our thing, really.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I'm listening.
Give me a percent chance here that we ever see a house reaction again.
Oh
man,
because I loved those.
Yeah, a percent.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be honest, bro. I'm probably like 2, bro. We done.
Oh, that's low. I was expecting.
I ain't trying to like. I'm trying to keep it a beam, bro. It's over, bro. It's
might as well be 0.
2. Might as well, bro. You know what I mean? 98% chance we will not be back. I'm gonna tell you, man.
Is there a reason, or is it more so like is that in-house type of situation? No pun intended.
No, it's not necessarily in-house. I think a lot of people have just moved on. We've all kind of decided to kind of take a different route. I'm solo now as well. And you know, we just grown in different spots and spaces in our lives. So that's really the main thing. Everybody's just kind of doing their own thing, and you know, everybody got different goals. So probably just one of those things that won't happen again.
Was that a crazy time for you, like growing 1 million subs and all that? Like, was that just a lot of attention to come in a short time, or did you just kind of like, did it feel kind of natural?
Dang, that's a good question too. Okay. Well, let me take it back for Kick Genius when we got close to 1 million. Yeah, that felt really, really different. Just because we were so young when a lot of that happened, man. I don't think people understand. Like when I first started doing YouTube, I was 18. Didn't know a lot about the space. Was very new to the space. My family wasn't too sure about the space. Like, it was a lot of obstacles that I had to kind of go through, and that I'm sure you guys had to kind of convince yourself that this was actually something that you can do and work. So when we're about to reach 1 million, it didn't even seem real, just because we were in such a flow that it was just like one of those things that was just happening. So we wasn't able to really even realize how big the channel was. I say that all the time. On the house side, we were a little older when it kind of kicked off. So we were able to, I guess, kind of anticipate things a little more and kind of try to handle it a little better from a business standpoint.
Right.
So the difference there is, I feel like I was more inclined to understand the process of trying to get to 1 million subs. Whereas in the early days with KG, it just kind of happened naturally. Was it a lot of attention on the Kick Genius side? Yes. House side, up and down, not so much. There were times where we would have our little games and people would fly out to come hoop with us. That was fun. I think that would probably be where the attention kind of, I guess, presented itself the most. But other than that, nah. KG, yeah. House, not so much.
Yeah, feel that.
So, Jay, me and you talked about this. Me, you, and Snipe, actually. We talked about the space back then to what it is now. When we were involved back early, like in the early, 2017, 2018, 2019, I feel like it was hard to come by genuine people in the space.
Yeah.
Harder back then, or now?
I think so. Back then, it was only relative to its time. Like, social media was just getting, like, starting to have a heavy type of impact on the culture and what everybody was doing to their day life. So it slowly shifted it, but there was a sense of like, okay, we could tell who's kind of genuine from, who's not off the rip. Now it's so masked because you really don't know, because there's so many creators out there. So it's like, my question for Jay and the panel, would you think, like, in today's era, finding genuine people is more so like a diamond in the rough? Or would you say back then it was just, we were so oblivious to it, we kind of already knew what it was from the jump?
Yeah, I think we were just oblivious back then, to me. Now I feel like it's still hard to find those people, but at the same time, because we're older, because we know how to maneuver in the space, there was just no blueprint to the space. Right. I feel like back then. So that caused a lot on and off camera. You know what I mean? But now there's so much information. So many people have been through this type of lifestyle and life changes that you can kind of pick up on who's genuine and who not. When we first met each other and I came to the first pay-per-view, it didn't take a long time for us to know, like, yo, I don't know Biela's that well, but I know he a real one. I know he like to hoop and we can talk hoops. When we talked on Instagram, hey, Millie, I don't know you, but when you want to come out here and hoop with us, be sure, bro. You know what I mean? We can do that. I met Sale early on. So now, honestly, I feel like if it's just kind of depending on where you at, you can almost find more genuine people in the right places. Now, like with anything, of course, you're going to come through some people and, it is what it is. You know how it go. But yeah, I just feel like my success with finding genuine people has been more positive now than it was in the past. Honestly.
More people too.
What you think though? I'm curious.
Well, I was going to ask you, was there a lot of drama in your era, like with the Kick Genius era? Because I was just watching, but you were in it, so you were kind of more aware of that.
No, not really a lot of drama, but
there's also less people. There's a lot less.
Nobody was collaborating.
Yeah,
I think you guys do a good job collaborating. Like that's where the channels really grew, in my opinion. Collabing early on. When we were KG, it was just pretty much us, and then you had other groups. You had Too Hype, but everybody was like their own separate entity. Like nobody really wanted to kind of dibble and dabble. It was super competitive, and if you don't know how to handle that, that could also cause a lot of unsaid friction or unknown friction. But I think with things kind of transpiring and changing over, now we're in a space where it's cool to collab. Instagram even added the damn feature. It was no collab feature.
YouTube,
back feel me? Like that was never heard of. You weren't collabing with no brands or no other people or whatever. You know what I mean? It was just you do your thing and see what kind of happens. So I think it's different. But what you guys think? B, let me get your opinion. What you think? You think
watching y'all coming up, I felt everybody was just like on one accord, just trying to grow the space at one time. I didn't know there was that much untold friction between groups. Like when I would watch Kick Genius and I would watch Too Hype, I thought y'all all had like one goal, just like going like this together. But watching it, I didn't think it was
that's not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
That's not to say that's not true. Because there were times where we would enter the same space and everything would be cool. But I mean, from a standpoint like this, where you guys are inviting me to do something,
got you.
Not getting that.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. You know what I mean? It just wasn't type of time we was on. Nobody. You know what I mean?
So it was just more competitive in terms of like, I'm trying to have more followers and kind of almost keep people off platforms almost, maybe.
Maybe not the platforms, but competitive for sure.
Right.
It was competitive for sure, which was good. Which was good in a sense too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing wrong with a little competition, but to me, that's just kind of how it was.
That refreshes my memory, bro. That 5v5 game, I think it was Too Hype versus. I don't know if you played in it.
Which one?
That was a sneaker one, no?
With the Ball of Life joint?
I don't think it was BIL.
Summer.
It was a sneaker con?
Yeah, it might have been sneaker con or something like that. It was Too Hype versus I can't remember.
It was a 2v2, bro. It was you and Trey versus
No, it wasn't 2v2. It was a 5v5.
Summer Serious or something like that, was it?
I'd have to look it up. But anyways, I want to ask you this though, for real. How has like this content creation journey like helped you with coaching?
A lot. I'm a lot more vocal. I'm a lot more confident. And to no glaze though. No glaze. To be honest, watching you guys in the space has helped me see basketball a lot better, bro. When I'm watching them once, because this is a very underrated part. I ain't trying to glaze. Chat, I ain't trying to glaze. This is a very underrated like section of basketball. Do you know how hard it is to be creative day after day with 4 dribbles? It's not an easy thing. You know what I mean? We talk about it and we respect it, but you're so limited on what you can do, and being able to make the most out of that against somebody that you see often is not easy. It's not easy. If I study your tendencies so often, I'm gonna be able to pick up on something. So the fact that these guys are constantly developing and hitting new moves and finding new ways to still get to the bucket like that, that's hard, bro. I done seen y'all play 1,000 times. I still can't check this. Like that's a very underrated part. So that alone has helped me look at the game from a much slower fashion. And I can translate that to the people that I'm coaching, to the boys that I'm coaching, to say, hey, you might not need 6 dribbles to get this off right now. You might need 3. I've seen somebody do it in 2. You feel me? So it's little things like that that I think that a lot of people don't see, that if you really break down the game and study the sport, like it's a sweet science to it.
Yeah, because one's breaks it down to bare bones, so it exposes any weakness you have offensively or defensively. And it just, every movement is so much more important. Whereas in 5s, you can just get away with a lot of stuff on both sides of the ball. So that's what makes these players, like, I know that they think, people watching the space might think like they're just getting better at ones, but it just puts them in a fire to where they're just honing in on all of their skills. And when they go to 5s, it's low-key easier. The only transition would be mentally and, you know, playing within that flow and having the rhythm. But as far as like the physicals that one-on-one demands, taking those into a 5-on-5 setting, it makes it a lot easier. Makes these players like way better.
Real creative.
Real quick before we continue, we have a super. My wife just donated. Shout out to my wife.
This is a daily thing at this point.
Daily day, bro. So what's up, Jay?
Go.
What's up? Appreciate your sis. For sure, man.
Anybody you gravitating towards to right now, bro, in the space that you really enjoy watching frequently?
Wait, don't answer.
Oh, look, I'm ready.
Walgus.
Bruh.
Walgus.
Appreciate it, Walgus, bro. These.
Wow. Good morning. Go ahead, Jay.
Yo, I mess with Cam. I ain't gonna lie. I mess with Cam. Hey, I hit a move the other day just from watching Cam. I was like, nah, like he's such a good basketball player at using what works for him. His athleticism, he's crafty, always on go. He's just super consistent. And even with the L's, you can still see his game remains, to me, like super polished, man. Like his pop is OD. And I saw him in person. That first step is crazy. I promise that we watching online is not doing it no justice.
None.
Promise.
Oh yeah, he could go.
What?
He could go.
Yeah, I mess with Cam. I mess with Cam heavy.
Yeah. No, that's such a good. Go ahead, so.
No, I was just gonna say, I think the thing about the camera in general, whether you watch NBA, football, hockey, anything, soccer, when you see stuff in person, it's so different from when you're watching it behind the screen so much. So like, I joined the ABC crew. That's like technically last, right? So we had our pregame show we were doing January 1st, 2024, I believe, and like we're doing the shows, and then Millie goes in person, and then B and Millie go together. And I joined last. I probably joined December 2024 or January 2025. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually in person for the first time witnessing it. And I was just like, oh, this is just like completely different. Seeing it in person, it gave me a whole newfound respect for the space, because it's like these dudes every day, like this is what they do. They're the NBA players in the 1v1 space. On all different platforms. These are the professionals in this space. And I think this is where people with no resumes can build a resume. And that's why I love the space.
I remember
Jay,
when that happened.
Go ahead, Millie.
I remember when that happened for So, because it took you a second to like, you didn't know, like you didn't really, you were kind of like, oh, these guys are good, but like I could tell that you weren't fully sold. But I remember it was wasn't it Chapter 2, Season 1?
Man,
Season 1. And
you were like, oh, this is fire.
You were like,
oh,
playing,
no,
so I was like, oh, I think, you know what I'm saying? And I got that. I said, this is different. They got it.
Wait,
yeah.
What game? Because I could tell you what game I was like, okay.
So remember, I missed the whole first day because I was coaching.
Yes.
So I came day 2. Day 2, the first game I witnessed was Vern and Trey Croft. And that was like one of the first things I said, these two get into it. Because I remember, I think they split. I want to say Vern lost day 1, then won day 2. And I seen them two going at it. I was like, oh, this is the division where it'd be like, this is where in my era, this would be where the Jake Jones, the White Iversons, blanking, like this is where we would be. You feel me playing? I'm like, this weight class, they are totally leaps and bounds in this space. They got it completely. Like that was the game. I was like, yeah, this is special.
Bro, them three, I remember them threes, and it was Freak, Rob, and somebody else out there against Nas, Scoob, and remember that? Man, the way them, I was like, it might have been Vern out there with him, and A1 was out there with Freak and Rob. Because you remember A1 got in the chokehold with Scoob. Man, listen. Man, them niggas was out there hooping so hard, I said, hold on.
Yeah.
Salute, dog. So Steve.
I already kind of knew, because there was like the crossover of like the 5 space, and I already seen like a lot of the guys already. So I got to kind of like, I already knew, but that's interesting.
Jay, what about for you? What matchup? Because you came to TNC 01 before, during, or after that. What matchup was it like where you saw and you're like, okay, like this is a different type of space?
Before it was a little random for me. I would just watch I don't think I have a particular matchup in mind, but when I pulled up on you guys for the first pay-per-view, like I said, Cam, when I watched him play, that put a lot into perspective for me.
Cam versus Mike Harden.
Yeah, that matchup itself put a lot into perspective. And what I think you guys did a great job with is how raw it felt in that type of environment with people still being there, because that's how we grew up hooping. You know what I mean? You would see somebody go at it on the court all the time like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it would be such a normal thing, but it was never really filmed. Where I think things started to kind of change is that you put this environment, you bring this environment to a culture that was almost unsaid at the time, or almost mentioned, or almost too afraid to be posted.
Mhm.
Because you know what I mean, like people still trying to build their brand, and you know it could go either way. But just such a good game, man. Such a good game. Such a great battle, bro. Like you just saw so many different moves, so many bumps, so much athleticism. Where I was like, nah, I thought I was able to get out there. I'm not. Nah, I ain't. Nah.
Yeah.
They moving different. You know what
Jay,
I mean? They moving.
Go ahead, man.
Wait, before
real
you,
quick.
two supers real quick. We have SBN, man. Appreciate you for the donation. Love seeing Jay Jones up here. YouTube GOAT. Facts.
Appreciate you, bro.
What's up,
Appreciate you,
Sal? Thank you for the 10, man. Really love seeing Jay Jones get his flowers. Kick Genius and House really were pivotal in the hoop space. Factuals, man.
Facts.
Appreciate it.
To allude to that point, I think Kick Genius was a culprit of basketball being popular on YouTube. Kick Genius, Professor, Bone Collector.
Mhm.
And then we have Devin the Lab with 10,000 Hour series. So it's like it all just kind of just together. Then you have the two hype and yeah, fire. But go ahead, fellas.
Go ahead, B.
Jay, I don't think you know how impactful. There's certain one-on-ones that are impactful, bro, are impactful. I don't think you know how impactful that one-on-one you had with Friga is.
Facts.
Really?
I really don't think you know how impactful that shit was, dog.
Yeah, maybe I don't, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I be going through things and I'll be like, damn, y'all fucked with that. Like that's what, you know, that was the one.
Yes, bro.
Well, that's nice to hear, man.
Yeah.
Again, that wasn't even, bro, to be real with y'all, that wasn't even planned for real. We were planning to just do a 2v2. And Trey got sick at the time, so we weren't able to do the 2v2. So we had to pivot, and Frigo was like, well, yeah, let's just play 1-on-1. I was like, okay, yeah, we can play 1-on-1, and it just ended up becoming something bigger, I guess, than we both believed at the time. And it just kind of worked out. It was just one of those things. It was a blessing in disguise for both of us, really. So,
what was your game plan in that, like on the fly?
Get to my spots.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make it as difficult as possible for him going left. Try to keep a high hand because if he makes one, he gonna make 30.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a great shooter, man, that I was just kind of hoping. Even when I went back and watched, it was some of those that he missed that he could have easily made. I'm gonna be real. It was just kind of one of those days. I think my day, I got the call that day. You know, when you boxing, some days you just feel better than others. And I think that day in particular, I just kind of had it going. So I was able to get the dub, but easily could have went a different way. Friga missed, I know for a fact, at least 2 that could have changed the game. It just rimmed in and out. I got the ball. Yes, and he gonna score this while I can. He gonna score this while I can. I can let him get this back. But no, it was a great game.
Brother, was that 1-on-1 before the Dev and Friga pay-per-view?
I think so.
Way before, brother.
Yeah.
Way before?
Oh, wait a minute.
I think because that was 2020 when we do the
Dev and Friga was 2020 as well, right?
Did y'all do it pre-COVID, Jay? Or
well, you know, I'm in Arkansas, so we had COVID, but not really. You know, hey, right. Hey, where I'm from, gym's still open. You know, they was kind of on that. So that was another benefit. That was another benefit as well. Like I was able to stay in the gym.
Facts.
Yeah.
During that time, this guy would let us in the gym. He was charging us a bit, but it was a good escape for me. So I was just really locked in during that time where we really couldn't get out. I would just lock myself in the gym. I would be in there with Clay and we would just, you know, shoot. I would work on my craft. And it was just timing, bro. Honestly, it was just timing.
Yeah.
Y'all played July. Well, the video was posted July 2020. But let me see when Dev versus
They might have played later that year. Oh, I could be.
Let me see. Wrong. No, you might be right. Let me see. Dev.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying. Like that 1-on-1, like made people like, hold on.
Yeah,
he's playing for real, like really getting after it. And this Joker's really successful in the algorithm.
No,
like,
December. Friga and Dev played in December of 2020. So Jay played before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That set a precedent. I don't think you realize that, bro. I don't think you realize it.
That's crazy.
No, I really
president.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's good to hear though, bro. I just kind of do things for the culture, for us to kind of give us something to talk about. I don't really dig too deep into it. So to hear you guys say that means more than you think as well. So I appreciate that, bro. For real.
We got to get you involved in the space on a more regular basis.
I love that.
Hold on, Millie. Hold on. We actually have a super.
Mm.
Jay Jones to commentate on TNC one day /event. Hey, man.
I want to pull up to the next pay-per-view for sure. I don't have to commentate. I just kind of want to be around the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how people moving. That's what you
Hell
guys
yeah.
do a great job, man. Whatever you guys, feel appropriate or, I just want to kind of be there to hang out.
Would you like to is that something you would like to like do longer term though, commentate?
Yeah, I think I could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you would. I just didn't know if you were like super locked in with coaching or
Yeah.
you could do both.
I am locked in with coaching, but I like talking ball, bro. So
yeah.
Yeah, with good people. You know what I mean? So y'all give me a call
you
anytime. On camera, off camera, you'll be surprised. You know what I mean? You hop on there, we can talk about ball all day. So.
Bro, I've been seeing you with the NBA with Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that?
Fun. It's fun. It's different. And ultimately, bro, it's just a blessing. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm able to go to the games and, connect with these players. And again, the timing. We just, I'm closer to Oklahoma City. So now it being the hottest team, it's like, dang, like it just kind of happened to work out. 2 or 3 years ago when I was doing media day there, it was kind of like they were on the come up. So not a lot of people, really paid attention, but just kind of stayed the course, won the championship. I'm close. I've been in the last 2, 3, going on 4 years. So it was kind of like by default, it was like, all right, it's just kind of one of those things that's working out. It really be the timing, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
really.
Yeah. I think the relationship too is everything. I think you've built a good relationship and rapport with the NBA itself. And a lot of people come to me and ask me like, yo, how can I get involved with like the Creator Cup or like NBA side of things? And they're like, I got my followers up, and I'm like, it's not necessarily always about that. It's about who you know and how you treat people and your relationship with people. Like, what I'm saying? Your first impression is everything. Like if they see your content, you might have 10 million followers, but that first impression is kind of like, I don't want to work with them. You'd be surprised. A lot of people cross people off the list off just first impression of a video. I even meet them in person. So I say first impression is always everything. So how did you build that rapport with the NBA side?
Yeah, to your point, man, just staying authentic. I think, as you know, when we first started doing a lot of that with the NBA, we were just pretty much being flown out to hoop. A lot of those days where, they'll get a lot of creators to come out there to hoop. B-Dot, Famous Lowe's, J-Law, Dale,
Filet, Austin Mills.
Filet so crazy. He's still crazy to this day.
Yeah.
So they would just kind of put us all together to hoop. And then, just based off the availability, just based off, hooping hard and just having fun with the sport. It just kind of led to, like you said, building those connections and just trying to be genuine in the space. Being genuine in the space can take you a long way, man, really. Honestly and truly, like you said, it's not really always about the views. Now they're gonna want to know your analytics. Don't get me wrong. But, hey, it's still business. But like you said, Sale, that first impression and just kind of being real in the space is, what keeps you around, in my opinion.
Facts.
And the reason why I asked that was also the reason why I asked that is because like being involved in this space today, I think there is a lot of conversations on day to day, which is fair, but like I think it's a lot of conversations of like, gotta find a way to get more views, get more followers. Like, how do we do X, Y, and Z? Like, oh, I just did X, Y, and Z with this sponsorship, or I had these amount of views, and I got this, and I should be getting this. I'm just like, man, I had to low key dissociate myself a little bit without getting wrapped up into it, because I'm like, there has to be a life outside of content. There has to be a life. It can't just be every day you're talking, every day, every hour you're talking about followers and views. That for me is a turnoff. In terms of like not traction. I'm just saying turn off in terms of I just shut down. I'm like, bro, I can't engage in that conversation every single day. I have to go look at a white wall. I have to just go, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to go be. And I think in this space, it's hard for people to be because the space is growing so quickly.
Yeah.
Through Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, it's just growing so quickly, so everybody feels like they have to just
keep
spam. And it's a real thing, but also you don't want to get lost in it. Like, how do you still stay prevalent with yourself while being in this current space?
I like that question.
Yeah. Dang, that's a great question. Look, y'all got me thinking. This is a therapy session. Look,
I like that.
Hey, Joe's therapy session. Hey, by the way, now let me see. Honestly, bro, I struggle with that. If I'm keeping it a bean, I struggle with wanting things to be better than they actually are. I struggle with expecting a certain amount of views at times, and then the video won't perform well, and mentally I feel like I kind of didn't do my part. I think ironically this year I kind of told myself I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm gonna post what feels natural. I'm gonna post when it feels good to post, when I feel like I'm doing my part, and I'm gonna just kind of let the views do what they do. And that's kind of been the mindset kind of late last year going into this year. Like you said, not trying to worry about the views or trying to keep up with the way that content is kind of rolled over and how fast it is now. You know, like we talked about back in the day, I could post, or we could post a video and we didn't feel rushed to do it. Like if we had a sneaker to review, you could spend a week or two to actually review the shoe and feel like you were able to kind of give some good insight, some good information. Now, when the shoe drops, people already got the review same day. It's like, I can't compete with that. I ain't hooped in it. You feel me? Or they didn't got it early. By the time I get it, it's like, damn, like we ain't hearing that from you. So,
and then it feels like a job, right? Like that's the problem. That's the problem that I had with content too, going from like the takeover days when I was super active, and then I was like, this feels like a job. Like I don't want to feel like this putting out content. I think that's kind of what you're like, the spot you're in too, where it's like you don't want to force. If you don't feel like recording one day or you don't feel like doing it, you don't want it to feel like a job. And then like your relationship with the viewers kind of changes too if it does feel like a job, you know?
Yeah, and when you grow older, you just have different priorities, man. Like my priorities when I started KG and I'm 18 is totally different than me being 32 and a dad. So it's like, obviously I'm not going to be able to just, you know, go live or every day or do certain things. And there's just so many other things that, you know, that I'm kind of focused on outside of content that ultimately leads me to still be who I am. So I still just be trying to remain true to who I am. Sometimes I do get a little discouraged about the views and the place that I'm at, considering how high up I was at one point. But at the same time, bro, it's life. It's life. So
we have a few supers to get to that I passed up on first. I just wanted to say salute to JOG on the OG of the community. I posted my first 2 reaction vids, posting 3 more today.
Oh yeah, he grind.
Love it. Love it.
That's the grind.
Everybody like the live right now. Shout out to Jay Jones, aka if you wear a 10, get that 10.
Yeah.
Hey, hit that like button. Hey, B, what we got right now?
What we at right now? 171. Disrespectful.
Whoa. What we
Very
doing, y'all? Can you get to 350? 350 at least. Hey, Sunday, we appreciate you. We appreciate you for the donation. I guess my next question would be for this man is, you know, I won't take too much of your time, but I think a lot of people out there who may not know you, right? I want to sit here and talk about the Kevin Durant collab. The reason why, that was the first time I have seen a content creator collab with a NBA megastar, not an NBA player, an NBA megastar. I thought it was, I never thought it was possible until I saw that Kevin Durant sneaker review shoe thing with you and Kevin Durant solely. Can you please talk about that?
Yeah. So when we talk about like opportunities, and I'm sure you guys have them as well, where you felt like, where you felt proud of yourself, because at times those can be few and far between depending on, you know, how you're rolling in life. But that was a moment, truthfully, where I was genuinely happy. Like, dang, I felt like I accomplished a little something. That came about. So I had a really good friend on the Nike side. And he knew that I was, of course, talking about sneakers. And during that time, I was just so in love with the KD line, the PG line, like a lot of that they were doing on that side. So the opportunity presented itself. They needed somebody there to kind of introduce the KD 11 in a way, but knew enough from the previous models where we could kind of talk and actually have a conversation about the sneaker. My bro trusted me to kind of handle that, and look, again, right place, right time. I just got lucky, man. So I was able to fly out, talk to KD about the 11. Leo Chang, the designer at the time, was a person who watched Kick Genius. So again, another I guess, correlation there. So we were just kind of able to put it together. And, you know, I was a huge KD fan. KD had watched the video of ours when he was traded, and we spoke about him, you know, not trying to, or just making the decision for him. And I think he really messed with that video. And I think ultimately him watching that video, he kind of already knew who I was in a sense. So I was able to kind of get that opportunity, and it kind of, you know, it went smooth. It went smooth. That time, and then when I met Steph, those were two of the biggest for me.
Yeah, I mean, those are two of the biggest NBA players. Like that's the pinnacle right there.
But I feel the same way about y'all. How was it when y'all met Kyrie though? See, I gotta put y'all.
OD.
You see what I'm saying?
OD.
Felt proud or what?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. When I was watching, I was cheesing. Hey, look, I was like, look, man, Kyrie. Look, I was on that.
Hey, Billy froze.
Hey, Billy's frozen. I'm
Billy
sick.
gone.
Oh, yes.
Oh man, I'll say for me, because that wasn't the first time I met Kai, but the first time I met Kai, I was like, oh, this is like, because people don't understand how far back it go. First time I saw Kyrie was the first time I've ever watched a McDonald's All-American game. I tuned in his year.
Come on.
So I said he was playing against Kendall. I think it was Kendall Smith or something, Kendall Gill or something, who played at North Carolina. He was playing against like Mike Kabongo, guys like this, Corey Joseph, right?
Yeah.
And then that was also, I said, I like this guy because I'm younger. So I was about a freshman going to a sophomore. No, I was going, I think, my freshman year. Then I started watching him at the Jordan Brand Classic. And I was like, okay, bro got game.
Yeah.
Watched him at Duke. You feel me? So it was just, it went so far back for me. So then being able to actually commentate with Kai,
Man.
That's crazy.
Y'all had me geek with
Kendall
that.
Marshall. That's who it was. Kendall Marshall. My bad. Kendall Marshall. There he is.
Kendall
Go ahead.
Marshall, good pull.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Marcus
that's who
Page,
I watched him play. I was like,
Aiden Seaver, Russ Smith.
Yeah.
Boom,
Trey Burke.
Them hoopers over there.
bro.
Kimball Walker. Shabazz
Come on.
Napier.
Bro,
Yeah, them
Ryan
hoopers.
Boatwright. Oh, shit.
bro,
Bo
all
Wright
them
might be
guys, I started to find out after I watched that McDonald's All-American game with Kyrie, because I turned ESPN on, and that was the first thing I saw after school. I said, what's this? I didn't know anything of it. I didn't know it existed.
Gosh,
Bro. Changed my life.
That's
That
fire.
Kentucky team, Harrison twins. Who they had? Deep Book come off the bench. T. Eulis.
Yep.
Nah, they had the platoon system. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
bro. They
Five
had the
on, five
platoon.
off.
Oh my God, it was cold.
Different.
Jay, you got a top five? You know, I always gotta ask everybody their top five. I gotta ask everybody.
NBA?
No,
No. The space.
The space.
Yeah. No order. Cam,
Fair.
Rob, Day, Moon, Kiana Friga. You can go either way. See, this is where it get tricky. I like my dog Lat too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I like Lat too.
Wait,
I really
what
got
about
like a top
Nas?
7. Really
That
got
was
like
a
top
TNC
7.
top 5.
What y'all think? Is that top 5 valid? I'm washed. What?
No, that's your opinion. That's your
Your opinion.
opinion. That's your opinion.
Okay, yeah.
I can't tell you right or wrong.
That's who I
You
go
know what
with.
it is. I love Lat, bro. Always did love Lat game.
That's who I-
They take all the toughest matchups. Frig is Frigga. I don't care what people say about Frig. He's
Same.
Frigga. So
Same.
you know what I'm saying? So you have any matchups that like from 2020, 2025 that you would go back and watch again? Like the replay value of a 1v1 matchup from 2025?
Yeah, that Cam and Moon. That Cam and Moon was all right. I ain't gonna lie. That Cam and Moon. Let me think. I thought, who did Rob play in the first pay-per-view? I'm drawing the blank. Was it
Scoob.
That was a good bump. That was a good bump too.
That was a great bump.
Great bump. Great bump.
Yeah.
That's another one that I kind of hold on to. Those two in particular, I really hold on to, especially the Cam and Moon, because they just matched up so well to me. Whoever did that card y'all was on some crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that card was special to me.
Yeah.
So
That card.
that was a good
That
card,
card was
man.
special.
It's a good
Do you have-
card.
Do you have anybody in the space that you look at and you're like, yeah, that's me right there? Or like y'all game is comparable?
Probably Lat.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Lat.
Yeah.
physical, rocker step, midi, works his way out to the 3, sits down on defense, able to take the bump from aggressive guys. Very similar games. I like Lat's game a lot.
Yeah.
And he's not one to really talk. I don't really talk a lot on the court unless I'm, being spoken to. Like his whole demeanor, very pro-ish to me. Very pro-ish demeanor to me.
I love that game, dog.
Me too, bro.
He's on one guy in the space, or one of the few guys in the space that can shoot off either hand. You can pull up off that shooting hand, pull up off that guard hand. Like that's so important, bro, as a basketball player to be able to do that.
Sure.
Like,
no, he nice.
That's tough.
He nice.
Man, Jay, bro, we really appreciate your time, bro.
Thank y'all.
My last question for you would be kind of like how we did our podcast back in Vegas, bro. To any aspiring content creator, any aspiring basketball creator out there, man, not words of advice. Do you have any words of encouragement to keep pushing? Because this space is getting oversaturated in a good way. That means there's a lot of open lanes for everybody to come and get their piece of the pie. Any words of encouragement to keep going?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think when it comes to content, especially now, I think if it's something that you really want to pursue, you gotta make sure you're really locked in the space. And I think it just comes down to being locked in the space, feeling good about the space, feeling good about what you're talking about, and finding those who feel good with you, where you can collab with them as well. I think you can get a lot more accomplished if you're working with good people more often. And I think that's why you guys see a lot of success. You guys are all great people, this I know. And you brought that together in a way to make us feel like we're a part of that as well. And I feel like that's where the growth magically happens. If I think about all my opportunities, it was multiple people coming together to really do something bigger than we all kind of imagined. So that would be my advice. Just got to stay locked in and support those who support you, collab with those who you trust. And just keep going no matter what.
Well, Jay, before you get out of here, man, we have another super for you. One more time for my YouTube. I'm guessing he's saying GOAT. Appreciate the impact you and the rest of Kick Genius and House have had on the community.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Real talk. Thank y'all for having me. No glaze. Y'all like that, bro. Like that, man. I appreciate it. We're going to link again, though. We're going to link
for
again.
Sure. Soon.
Yes, sir,
soon.
buddy. Yes, sir, buddy.
You got to come around for sure.
So
God bless you, brother. I'll see you soon, man.
All right, I see y'all.
Appreciate you, Jay.
Peace.